Yo, what's good, my peoples? Man, I gotta turn on some light around here though. If I wanna hear, well, I guess you can hear but see me. Yeah, okay. Let me move over my camera so that we can actually have some eye to eye contact. And thank you for joining the live today. Oops. See what I'm saying? You think everything's good until it's not good. All right. So I appreciate y'all coming on, watching, today's topic that I wanted to focus on, which I think is really important that we start to talking about these things because wait, where's my notes at? There we go. I started YouTube 120 days ago officially, which was March 29th, 2025. Now I've been on YouTube for years doing my podcast, but I wasn't getting any traction because I wasn't trying. So in this 30-minute video, I'm going to give you 5 takeaways, 3 that I'm going to talk about really in depth, and 2 are some bonus ones. And I'm just going to get started on what is let me get started. And also let me do this for the folks that are like me, like Nathan, just tell me what it is. First of all, if you're going to share your social media is one thing. Sharing your YouTube is something different. Number 2, you want to get feedback immediately. That means you are, and just so you know, I'm also looking at my notes right here, okay? You want to make sure you're getting the feedback immediately so that you can start making adjustments. Why? There's 122 million people going on YouTube a day. So that means your content is more than likely not going to be seen with just your regular followers. More on that to come, okay? Number 3, you want to create videos with the expectation that they don't know you. Number 4, optimize each video with the thumbnail, title, and description. Last but not least, do not publish 2 videos at the same time. So I'm giving you these things, and then let me just put in the chat too. Tell me why you want to be a content creator. For those that are out there that watching, hey, I want to help you become a content creator because I've been watching hours and hours and hours of video for the last 4 months, looking to understand how these content creators like a MrBeast or Jake Paul, you get the Forbes top 50 creators and they're just crushing it. But how are they crushing it? What are they doing? And one of the biggest things that I thought, like, because I have a marketing agency, I have a clientele, I have followers from LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, but it really doesn't matter because YouTube's a brand new game. It's a whole new world. And I never understood it, but I also didn't even try to. And I don't know why I didn't. I just wasn't doing my research. But when it came to understanding, when I took this leap, when I took this new task or project on, it was very overwhelming because I wasn't getting the same responses I was in previous social channels. And I had to realize, I was like, Nathan, this is not a social channel. So let me start with number 1 when I say this is the bonus content that I'm going to give you, of where I started pushing out my channel because I said, hey, I want other folks to watch me on YouTube. I too want to get monetized. I too want to get to the 1,000 subscribers plus, which thank God I'm there now. Now I gotta get to the 4,000 watch hours. And I was like, how come no one's talking about this in real time? And so I said I wanted to be that person to talk about it in real time. So when I was sharing out all my content to say subscribe to my channel, I didn't watch the videos that told me not to do that. They say do not share it with family, do not share it with friends, do not share it with colleagues. And in my case, I was like, oh, but I'm different. I'm a marketing agency. I'm a consultant. I'm a fractional CMO. These people will watch my channel. Wrong. They would not. And so what I'm learning is to be extremely humble. So, okay, let me get into why. And this is a bonus piece of a content that there's lots of folks that tell you why, and they already gotten the watch hours, they've gotten the subscribers. But I'm telling you, on my journey of getting the 1,000 from my 300 to 3,000. I'm now over 4,000 plus. But at the time, I was at 300, and I got the bump from 300 to over 500 in a matter of about like maybe 30-ish days. Maybe it was like 45 days. And what I was starting to understand is people will subscribe, they just hit the button, okay, cool, subscribe, but they don't watch it. And when it comes to the YouTube algorithm wants you to stay on the platform. They want you to watch it. They don't want you to scroll unless you're like truly scrolling through shorts, which is another conversation that I'm going to talk about here when we get to number two of the tips that I want to talk about. But when it comes to them subscribing, that's just not enough. Sure, it's good to say I have a subscriber, but 95% are going to be new YouTube viewers. All right. With that being said, let me just go ahead and get into the tips. I was going to go in with like number one, I was saying, and let me move my stuff over here so I can be looking at you and talking to you as I read my notes. All right. So number one, I always say, don't share with friends or family. They will support you. They'll do it. They're just not going to support your channel by watching videos. And you want people to watch your videos. It's going to mess up your algorithm if they don't. So, okay. With that being said, when I started to share this out, I'm going to tip number one, seeking feedback immediately. So I started to reach out to my friends, some of the folks that I wanted to earn their business, and I asked them, "Hey, have you seen my videos? Have you watched them? Because I already have this podcast videos out here," and they were like, yeah, this is good." Da, da, da. And then I started to ask them, "Okay, what did you think about it? What did you take away from it? Is there anything that you want to hear more?" Just being really specific about, did they watch the whole thing? Did it keep their attention for the whole thing? And is that something that they will continue to want more of? That's really the last question I just asked, is the thing that you want to hone in, because when you start asking people, will they come back and watch more? Their answers don't always let's just say that it doesn't repeat. It's like, I'm like, ooh, okay. So when I'm like, okay, as I'm listening to people tell me, and sometimes some of them are squirming, but sometimes I'm making a phone call, or it's a text message, or it's a in person. It's not always the same thing or same scenario, so I'm not seeing the feedback. So when I'm asking for feedback and they're telling me, I don't know, in a nice way, if I'll continue watching, but it's cool. That's cool that you do it. That's cool that you put yourself out there. But it's about me doing the content creation, not doing the videos. But then you get to some people that say, "Hey, I watched the video," and one person said, "Hey, Nate, hey man, I really do watch your stuff. It's exciting to see you as you're starting to ramp up. I start seeing you on my feed." I'm like, "Ding, thank you. That's one good thing." So that means I was like thinking like, okay, make sure I do both long and short form. But then they were saying like, on your not YouTube, your podcast video, like, man, there's just something about it. It just doesn't seem like it's you. It doesn't seem like you're being yourself. It doesn't seem like I just don't feel like that's who you are. I've known you too long, and it just doesn't feel authentic. And I was like, oh, okay. And it was what that was in the very beginning of my podcast that created. My podcast was created like 9 years ago, but you have those 30-second intros. And in the intro, they were like, okay, once you get past that, then Nathan, you do your intro. It's just a lot of fluff, and I don't think it was you. And so what I did was I stopped doing that and see if they continue to watch it. And they said that they do. Now, they only told me that because I asked. And when they were telling me that, they were like, during the feedback too, they were like, I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't want you to feel bad because you're the expert, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I want to know for real. Tell me what you think. And he was like, well, this is it. And I'm sorry, I love you. I don't mean to hurt your feelings. But when he gave me that feedback, I was like, no, I get it. That makes sense. Because when you start looking at the data and get in the back end of your videos, you start to see when people start dropping off. Like usually in the first 6 seconds, if you don't capture their attention, they're gone, right? So this is where I was like, ooh, I'm losing them before I even start my podcast, before I even drop diamonds or introduce the guest or get really into it. I'm like, man, that's not cool. So I said, okay, what I have to do now is, as I'm moving into tip number 2 in my 5 takeaways, and the bonus ones don't count, right? The number 2 thing is where I was saying you have to have this expectation that they don't know you. Unlike, say, LinkedIn or Facebook, those two social media channels, you know those people directly. You send out either a connection or a friend request, and it comes back to you, right? And you get to know this person. It's a mutual connection that you take the time to get to know this person digitally on the social channel, and it's reciprocal. On YouTube, you don't have that. You don't know who they are. And even if they do subscribe to you, you can go to their profile if it's made public. And if it's made public, you can see what they have posted. And sometimes they may have not posted anything. Again, that's if they made their YouTube profile public. Some folks don't. You can be private and subscribe, and no one will know who you are. So YouTube is different that way. You don't get to know the person on the other side, which is your viewer, which is 95% and higher. Those viewers could be people that are coming to your channel for the first time, and they may subscribe, they may not subscribe. And so, what I really learned from that is, Nathan, I was like, say to myself, like, you got to treat everyone as the same. Like, everyone is like coming to your site for the first time, and they don't know who you are. And if they don't know who you are, you can't treat them like they know who you are. And you say like, well, that's pretty, I would say, hold on, I'm trying to make sure that this is working because I don't know if it's working. Oh shoot. See, man, this is the part 2 of technology, where you're like, let me get my stuff in order, and sometimes stuff just don't be working. So this comes back to understanding how things works, how things go, and you just roll with the punches. Sorry, y'all, for the inconvenience, for the man. It just be happening like that sometimes. But okay, all right, we're just gonna roll with it. That's the beauty of technology and just going with the flow. All right, here we go. I'm gonna keep it going because I want to get back to this because this was a game changer for me when I said, Nathan, you got to stop treating people like they already know you when you come to their channel. Like, you got to earn their respect every single time. Every single time I post a video, I have to treat it as if people don't know me, and I have probably about like maybe 1.2% of my channel of folks that come back. And what I found that was really interesting about the people that were coming back to me, it wasn't for the videos I thought they were coming back to me for. So this comes back to the number 1 tip I'm trying to give you as a takeaway, as when you're seeking feedback, a lot of the feedback that you're going to get is from your YouTube analytics. In your YouTube analytics, you'll start to see the trends of people that stay for more than the 30%, more than 40, 50%, and who those swiped away. Now, one of the caveats of creating videos with the expectation that they don't know who you are is, which I've watched a lot of videos that say like, shorts are not good for your channel. Long form is the best way to grow your channel. Now, there's a debate. And so I'm going to go into that in number 3, okay, which is optimize each video with the thumbnail, description, and tags. Now, long form content is anything more than 3 minutes. That's going to be under videos. And when you see that in your back end of your YouTube, you understand what I'm talking about. Now, the short is anything less than 3 minutes. Now, we see 3 minutes, or you can go up to 3 minutes. No. Remember when I was saying it's the expectation that people don't know who you are. Now people are looking at who you are in like 3 seconds. Folks are like really ready to scroll past you if you don't grab their attention in a heartbeat. So when you create the video, you need to make sure that the thumbnail is engaging, and the thumbnail for the video is still, but the thumbnail for a story, it kind of moves with it. And so it's it's a snapshot of what the video is going to be, and you want to have it be enticing enough to where people move through it. Unlike a still video, as in a video, a long form video, and the description and tags both matter. Now, tags are like kind of hashtags. Do they matter? Yes, but not as much as like the descriptions and filling the stuff in as the timestamps, which are the chapters, making sure you are checking the right boxes, like especially if it's not for kids, you need to state it's not for kids. And one of the biggest things that I realize when I've been helping my clients create these YouTube pages is your YouTube verified? Like just like a website, when we set up a person's domain, we make sure we go to Google Console and we verify the domain through whichever domain provider that they have, because we want to ensure what YouTube does is ensure that you are a legitimate person and you're just not someone that they can't find out. You do. This person had to show government ID to verify the page. And what's interesting, when I had to take a step back and realize, like, oh man, YouTube is not playing. This is just not a regular channel. They want to use each of your videos to ensure people stay on the platform for a long period of time. Now, as you know, or if you don't know, you don't have to sign in to use YouTube. That's different than TikTok, which they might change. You can watch some things on TikTok and not be a subscriber or not be logged in. But from Facebook, Instagram, all those platforms require you, if you want to consume anything, you have to be signed in. YouTube is not like that. So that's why your thumbnail, making sure the video that you have and you put out there, that alone, then just as the next priority, the description is going to be the thing that is being searched up in what a lot of people know YouTube as YouTube University, as the solution for their problems. We say in the marketing world, whenever we're helping our clients create content and solving problems as a consultant, we're moving people from pain to pleasure. YouTube has been notorious as, if you need to learn how to fix something, someone more than likely has put up on YouTube so that you can learn how to figure it out on your own, a DIY, do it yourself YouTube University channel. So you don't need to sign in. You don't have to know or have all this platform. You don't need to do any of what the other social media channels. Again, this is not just a regular social media platform. It is different. So you want to ensure you do your best to have the right thumbnail, description of everything you're talking about. And as I even see here, no one's on my live studio, no one's watching real time, but that's okay, because I know I'm gonna save it, and then people can watch it when it's the right time for them. And so, coming back to the number two, create videos without the expectation that they know you. You got to create videos thinking that they're not gonna see it immediately too, which goes to my last bonus one. Do not publish two videos at the same time. Now, you hear me continue to say videos. You can also post comments. There's just called posts, but do not post two videos at the same time. Really, on any channel, that's not going to be what's best, especially for the algorithm, if you understand how the algorithm works. With YouTube, one thing that I learned is when you upload something, you want YouTube to analyze it, because all the words that you're speaking, they are transcribing it. And then if you give them the right descriptions, in my tip number 3, and you give them chapters, it's kind of like a sitemap for a website. They will crawl it, and then they can start analyzing it to determine who is going to be the right viewer for this video. And they want to make sure whomever it is, you come onto the site, which, did you know 6 billion, at least from what I saw and looked up, there are 6 billion hours watched a month. That is crazy. YouTube has 6 billion hours just being watched. Just it was just crazy. Like I say, 122 million people hitting the site a day. They are watching something. They want to watch your content. It's like taking what they say, taking a girl or a boy to the club. It's like taking sand to the beach. Look, the content's already there on YouTube. They, as in YouTube, want the viewer to see that this is everything they want and need. So why not subscribe without ads, right? They want to get you to that point where you are watching these videos and this is the only thing that you need. And we're not even talking about you can get like a cable subscription, right? We're just talking about when you come on here, are you seeing what you want to see? Are you watching the content that feeds your soul? Are you watching any video that you searched up making you move from pain to pleasure? This is when I've been sending out to my content list of content list, my contact list of my newsletters of I've been telling everyone like because the algorithms are changing with AI, artificial intelligence being the number one thing you see first in the search engine results pages, they are looking for content that matches the exact problem. And your video can be that solution to that someone's problem, but you're more than likely not to be found if you don't do the back end work of the video, which is SEO, which is what we call search engine optimization. And that's just on site, but they're also doing SEM, which is search engine marketing, where it starts to end up being in other search engine results. So you whatever search browser that someone's using, you start showing up because you have now optimize a page for the maximum efficacy that you can. So I'm just going to just recap these 5 takeaways of my 120 days of YouTube. And I'm starting with bonus, the top bonus. Please don't share your channel with your family and friends if they are not avid YouTube viewers, watchers, and they're going to subscribe to their channel and truly watch what you do. If they're not going to watch what you do, don't ask them because it's going to be another subscriber to your list that is absent. We don't want them to be absent. We want them to be active. We want them to be engaged. So going to tip number 1, seek feedback immediately. You want to get people to watching your videos and ask them, what do they like? What do you think? How can they be involved? And also being part of your watch hours and having the ultimate blessing is for them to share it, comment, like it, right? So you got to do tip number 2, create videos without the expectation that when they come to your channel and come to that video, when it shows up on their feed, that they don't know who you are. So don't act like as if you're continuing a conversation. You're starting from scratch and you're earning their attention, respect immediately. What I say, you got their attention, they're aware. Now you're interacting with them because you are now hopefully capturing their interest. And they're like, this is cool. Let me hit subscribe. And the only way they do that is tip number 3, you optimize each video with the thumbnail and description and tags so the YouTube algorithm can analyze it and they can say, this is for this type of viewer. Now, what happens after that? If the viewer doesn't watch it, you did the best that you could, but if that's no longer on you, you've created the content. And if you put 100% on it, congratulations, good on you. And the last bonus one was do not publish 2 videos at the same time. And I wanted to leave you with this as the last one, because when I was watching videos of like MrBeast and Jake Paul, and they were saying, if you want to be a good YouTuber, post 100 videos and then come back. Then let's have a conversation. And they were saying, well, I think it was Jake Paul that said, if you want to be a good YouTuber, it's going to take you 10 years. This is not an overnight process. So don't try to rush. I'm gonna just keep posting 2 videos, or I'm gonna post every, you can. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that strategy. Some people do that and it works for them, but you want to be consistent. That's what I want you to, and because and my apologies if I offended anyone. I'm not trying to rain on anyone's parade or their strategy. It's just there is a level of consistency that you need to have. So YouTube, which you will see in your reports, that they push your content and then they stop and they flat. It goes flatline. It goes up and then it goes flatline. They stop pushing it. So and doesn't mean that it won't go back up. It does. I see my videos that they gone up and they flatline and then they go back up. So it's about the YouTube algorithm finding the right people for your channel, but also they want to ensure that when they watch one video, when just like what most people do, they're going to go to the video and then they're going to go to the channel and they're going to look for other videos to watch that have other people watching it with views, comments, and likes. Excuse me. So this is where my 120 days of YouTube has been a great experience because it's taught me so much about all the things that I thought I knew wasn't true for this channel. And it's taught me so much about myself on the back end. What people don't, not a lot of people talk about it, but you do. As I watched so many videos, people do talk about it's changed your perspective on, I know I'm a good content creator, but it's not going to be an immediate gratification or immediate acknowledgement or immediate accomplishment of you created this awesome video. One of my all-time favorite content creators, he's really a motivational speaker. That's it's Dr. Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher. They said that first video that went go viral, where you want to breathe as bad as you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe. They said that they just put that up on YouTube, not even think this was before YouTube was YouTube today. Because I watched that in 2008, 2009. I watched that video for the first time. Someone sent that to me. They said they put that up and they totally forgot about it. And then 6 months later, they found out they had like hundreds of thousands of views, and they're like, what is this? And so now they use that for a main channel, but this is not something to expect success overnight. This is not a channel where you're going to get a lot of engagement in the very beginning. So that's why I say, seek the feedback. Do what you do best. Like, don't try to copy. Just be you. My 120 days of actually actively and passionately doing YouTube has taught me so much about the type of business I want to run, the type of person I want to be. And these, again, this 120 days of YouTube has been also very humiliating, very humbling, and it's cool, right? Like, I'm okay saying, like, yes, I have degrees, I have a business, I have clients, but that doesn't matter. That does not matter, not one iota when it comes to YouTube. So I've been grateful for this experience. It taught me how to be a better father, a better leader, a better consultant. So it's just been great. So I would love to see folks comment in here. I want to comment back because I think being a content creator has given me a new perspective on life. Again, like, if you, I'm going to say these 5 takeaways again, because I do see some viewers on here, because I want you to walk away understanding that if you share your channel with family and friends, that's not going to be the best move, because they are going to support you, but you want YouTube to support you in the way that you want to grow your channel. Number 2, seek that feedback. Get that feedback immediately. To create the videos with the expectation that people don't know you. Optimize each video with the title, the description, and the thumbnail it needs to succeed. And then the last one is, please do not publish 2 videos at the same time. Put it out there at least 2 hours in advance so that the YouTube algorithm can go ahead and check it out and analyze it and put it in front of the right person so that you can get both the subscribers, the hours, and then the monetization that you need to succeed. I see viewers, but they've popped off. And if you, I was going to say, if you had any questions, go ahead and ask them. But Since they're not here, ask them in the channel, ask them on the video. I'd be more than happy to get back to you. And I wish you nothing but the best. So dream big, Godspeed. Follow me, subscribe, review, comment, all the things, right? And also, y'all, don't forget to have fun. Don't forget to have fun. Don't be hard on yourself. It is what it is. Just get better and enjoy the process. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey because this goes really fast. I wish you all the best. You take care. Thank you.